Okay, if you have hooded eyes, you know the eyeliner struggle is very, very real. So today, we're going to break down 9 total game-changing liner styles. We've got simple tricks, we've got clever wings, all of them designed specifically for your eye shape.
All right, first things first. We got to understand the challenge itself. Because, when it comes to hooded eyes, it's not about your skill level. It's really about finding the right technique that works with your unique eye shape, not against it.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever spent what feels like ages drawing the most perfect, sharp-winged liner, only to open your eyes and watch it completely vanish? Or even worse, it looks all smudged and kind of distorted? Yeah, it is a super common frustration, and there's a very specific reason that happens. So what even are hooded eyes exactly? Well, it's pretty simple. It's just when you have an extra fold of skin that comes down from your brow bone and it covers your mobile eyelid when you're looking straight ahead. And it's this little fold of skin that becomes the main obstacle for our eyeliner. And this slide just illustrates the problem perfectly. On the left, that's the dream, right? The perfect wing when your eye is closed. But on the right, that's the reality for a lot of us with hooded eyes. The second you look straight ahead, that fold of skin literally folds over the wing, making it look broken or hidden. But don't you worry, we can totally work around it. So let's get into our toolkit of solutions. We're going to start with 2 really foundational techniques. These are perfect if you're a beginner, or honestly, just for those days when you want a simple, clean look.
First up, we have the tight line, which is also called invisible eyeliner. And this technique is it's brilliant in its simplicity. It's such a fantastic way to subtly enhance your lash line without taking up any of that precious, precious lid space.
And it's so easy. You just take a pencil, gently run it along your upper waterline, that's right under your lashes. Then you curl your lashes, throw on some mascara, and bam! The result is lashes that instantly look way fuller, darker, and thicker. It really is a game changer. Now, if you want a little more definition, the next step up is just the basic eyeliner. This is for when you want a look that's a bit bolder but still super straightforward and works perfectly with a hooded eye.
And the number 1 rule here is incredibly simple. You have to keep the line thin and just hug that lash line as closely as you possibly can. This defines your eye beautifully without the liner getting lost in the fold when you open your eye.
Okay, for all my people who love a good wing, this section is for you. We're about to explore a few different ways to get that sharp, lifted look specifically on hooded eyes. It is all about clever placement. First up is the thin line. Think of this as your classic small wing. It's all about creating just a tiny little flick at the outer corner, while keeping the rest of the liner very, very close to your lash line. This way, you get that winged effect without any of the distortion. All right, now for something a bit more dramatic and elongating, let's talk about the foxy eye. This style is specifically designed to visually pull the eye outwards, and it creates this really sleek, almost almond shape. So the secret here is you have to draw the wing's angle while your eye is open and you're looking straight ahead. This is so important. It ensures a wing is placed below the fold. Then you can connect it with a really thin line along your lashes and add that sharp little point in the inner corner to really stretch out the eye. Next up is one of my absolute favorite techniques. It's called the C-wing. Now this is a seriously clever method because instead of trying to avoid the fold, you actually work with it. So here's how it works. You draw your wing going right over the top of the fold. I know, it sounds weird. Then when you lift your brow, you'll see a little gap. You just fill in that gap to connect the line. The magic happens when you relax your eye and look straight ahead. The wing looks perfectly seamless and sharp. It's amazing. Okay, next up, let's look at some styles that are way more forgiving, especially if you don't have the steadiest hand in the world. We'll even cover a clever hack that doesn't really rely on traditional liner at all. So what if drawing a perfectly crisp straight line just isn't your thing? Don't worry, there's a hack for that. You can absolutely get the look without having to draw a continuous line all the way across your lid. And the solution is style number 6. We're gonna fake it. This super clever technique uses false lashes to do all the heavy lifting, creating the illusion of a perfectly lined eye. Okay, here's the trick. You only draw the outer wing. That's it. Then you apply a pair of wispy false lashes that have a nice, thick, dark band. That band sits right on your lash line and it perfectly mimics the look of eyeliner. It's just genius. Next, we have 2 really forgiving, smoky styles. For style number 7, the smoky corner, you're just going to use a dark eyeshadow on the outer third of your eye and smudge it up and out to create a soft wing. For style number 8, the smoky outer, you just extend that shadow along the entire upper lash line for a more diffused, hazy look. Both of these are fantastic because it's all about blending, not about precision.
And for our final style, we're literally flipping the whole concept upside down with the reverse smoky eye. This is a really unique, modern look that is incredibly effective for hooded eyes.
And the logic here is just brilliant. All the definition, all the drama is on the lower lash line. You just line your lower lashes with shadow and smudge it out into a wing. And because all the action is happening underneath your eye, it completely bypasses the hood. There is zero chance of it smudging or disappearing.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, as you've seen, there are no hard and fast rules. There are only clever techniques. Understanding your eye shape doesn't limit you at all. It actually empowers you to adapt any style and totally make it your own.
And there you have it, 9 distinct styles. We started with those essentials like the tight line and basic eyeliner. Then we totally mastered the wing with the thin line, the foxy eye, and that game-changing C-wing. And finally, we explored some creative hacks like faking it with lashes, the soft smoky looks, and that super unique reverse smoky eye. You now have a full toolkit to play with.
So, the only question left is, which one of these styles are you going to try first? Seriously, don't be afraid to experiment, find what makes you feel fantastic, and just have fun with it.